The following video will demonstrate how to register a new employee in Pilot POS. During this demonstration, we will also include how to register their fingerprints and include a PIN as a secondary way for them to log into their profile. Our latest version allows for all of these steps to be conveniently included in one window. Before we start, if you require your waiter or manager to log into their waiter profile through fingerprint identification or with a password, ensure your station is locked by checking the following in your station setup. Click on the Manager menu and Authorize. Click on Setup and then POS on Printers and Authorize. Select the Options tab on the left-hand side of the window and ensure that the first block, the Waiter PIN block, is ticked. This will ensure that a waiter or manager will only be able to log in and manage their tables through the appropriate identification setup prior. You can choose to leave this block unticked, as some businesses do, which will allow an employee to log into their profile by punching in their waiter number and punching Enter afterwards. This decision carries, of course, a great amount of risk. Also take note that these options are station settings, which means that the options that you tick or untick will only apply to the specific station that you are currently working on. Let's continue with creating a new waiter profile. Click Cancel and select Files, and then click on Staff and Waiters and continue. The staff waiter details screen will now open. The first thing to take note of is the current waiter numbers in use. Check to ensure that the number you want to use does not already exist. System will not allow for duplicate numbers. Click on Add when you've decided on a number. In this example, we will use number 4. We will then add a waiter PIN or password. This password needs to be a minimum of 4 digits and can be a maximum of 10. Enter the waiter's name and surname. Followed by their address and a contact detail. You will now enter the employee section, followed by the set commission percentage, if applicable. Tick RSA ID and enter a valid 13-digit South African ID number. If the employee is not South African, leave the block unticked and continue to enter the employee's password number. You can also now indicate whether this employee is part of your delivery collection team, and to do so, tick the box for delivery collection staff. You will need to indicate if this person is a manager and needs supervisor privileges in POS. To do so, tick Is Supervisor. Now we will register the employee's fingerprint. Click on Register Finger. Take note, because we indicated to the system that this is a supervisor, the system will require another manager already loaded and who has the required level of access and user profile to authorize the registration of a new supervisor. Directly after, you would also need to authorize the waiter's fingerprint. Now the waiter will put the finger down and place and remove it 5 times for the fingerprint to register. If the enrollment was successful, you can select Done. You will now notice that your new profile has been created and that it displays in yellow, indicating that this is also a supervisor on the system. Regular waiter profiles who is not registered as a supervisor display in white. Now you can exit the waiter details screen and log into your new profile as the system registers the changes with immediate effect. Because we loaded both a fingerprint and PIN, the waiter can choose either one to log in. And as you can see, our pilot profile opens. If this is a newly registered manager, please ensure that you continue on to create a user profile in Users under the Manager menu and Files, here in Pilot POS. This will enable them to exercise their user rights and authorize within the system according to their level of access granted by upper management.